5 signs that tell you it is definitely time to retire. Definitely time to retire. Look behind me, guys. I know most of my videos are like clear blue skies, sun. Man, it has been raining up here in the high desert for 3 days straight. So I thought I'd give you a shot of the clouds. We're kind of in the clouds a little bit. Goes off and on, but as you can see, they're forming, and it'll be pretty much white out in a minute. Well, maybe hopefully in the video, we'll see. So, guys, leave me comments. Did you have a certain time, or was it a series of things that made you know that you were ready to retire? Was it job related? Was it something else besides your job? Could have been family related. I don't know. Give us your experience on that. When did you absolutely know it was time to retire? Here's my story. So, my music industry career was spanned for 20 years. The last 3 jobs I had, mine was a series of things telling me it was time to retire. It went from bad to worse as far as just wanting to go into work every day. By the time, not my last job, but the one before that, halfway through that, I knew I'd be ready, in a couple years to retire financially. So once that hit, it was just little signs. It's like it became harder to get up for work in the morning. It became harder to put my full effort into my job, knowing that I'd be out of there in like a couple of years and retired. I still did a good job. It took more effort to do a good job, but I still did a good job. But it was a series of signs for me over a couple years. Not one big, oh my God, I'm ready, I can do it, but a series of things. So here are 5 signs that if this happens to you, you're definitely ready to retire. Number 1, you feel more drained than driven at your work. Now, for some of you hard chargers, you type A's, you people that are just filled with ambition, which I definitely was not. I mean, if I was, my MBA would have taken me a lot higher than just a manager level. It just wasn't me. I wasn't born with it. But if you get to the point where you're just not driven anymore, you come home from work and you're just drained. It doesn't matter what's going on the next day. It's hard to get up. It's hard to get up for that work. That is one big sign. You're probably ready to retire. Now, you may still love parts of your job, but the balance has shifted. The pros used to outweigh the cons of your job. Now it's shifted, okay? If that's happening to you, that is a big sign you're ready to retire. Number 2, first of all, if you guys are seeing me for the first time, my name is Dwayne, and this is a channel for people retiring on moderate income. If that's something you think you might like the video and think about subscribing. And if you really like it, down here are 2 other ways you can support the channel. Number 1, you can buy my book, The Monster Who Loves Me, light horror / dark comedy, or you can just buy me a coffee. So here's number 2. Your health is asking for attention. What does that mean? That means that might not be a big thing. And I don't think I said this, but I'm getting this from a website called Melody Repeat. Melody Repeat. So it might not be a big thing, or it could be a big thing. It could be one thing that just whacked you upside the head and said, you need to retire to deal with this stuff. Or it could be just a series of little things. The older we get, seems like the more nagging stuff we have, right? If you start noticing all those nags, and they're getting to be a big, humongous pile of nags, yeah, that might be a sign that you are ready to retire. So take it seriously if it starts adding up. Now, for all of these, you need to be financially ready. Okay, now, you don't have to be. You could just wing it and say, what the hell, man, I'm going to retire and I'll see if I can make it. But even if you have some of these signs, you need to be financially ready in order to just act on that feeling. Okay. Number 3, your financial readiness and emotional peace align. A lot of you, tons of you, I've seen so many comments from you guys, over the almost 3 years I've been doing this, that you're perfectly fine financially, but emotionally, you're just not ready to retire. And you know what? Some of you may never reach that point. Some of you may have the 1-year syndrome for 10 years. Give it one more year. Give it one more year. I'm just not ready yet. Financially, you're ready. Emotionally, you're not. But if you reach that point where you are emotionally ready, and financially ready, whatever that is for you. That could be 54 years old or it could be 69 years old. Doesn't matter. When you reach that point, you've reached this point where the thought of leaving work is no longer scary. Yeah, I reached that like a year and a half, 2 before I retired. Before then, it was just a fleeting thought in my head. It's like, can I do this? I don't know. I think I'm ready. Well, when you reach that point where it is not scary anymore, just the idea of leaving work, that's a big, dare I say, huge sign that you're ready to retire. Number 4, the future, and this is a big one, the future looks more exciting without work. Yeah. Now, you could have been daydreaming for 20 years before retirement. Oh my God, I can't wait till I'm retired because I'm going to do this, this, and this. Okay, that might be, a once in a while thought. But if you start getting to the point where it's like every single day, you're just ready. I mean, the future is limitless, right? If that's a consistent thought in your head and not just some random one you get every other Tuesday, that's a big sign you're ready to retire. Now, along with that, along with being financially ready, you also have to be emotionally ready, but you've also got to be ready. Where are you going to retire to? That's a big one. You can't just jump into it and say, you know what, we went on vacation to Costa Rica 3 times in the 20 years I was retired. That's where we're retiring to. Okay, well, if those vacations were only like maybe, 5 days to a week, maybe even 2 weeks. Do you really know what you're getting into? So if you are one of those people that are going to relocate in retirement, you better know what you're getting into, man. You could be financially ready, emotionally ready, but logistically ready, you got to make sure that's going to be a big part of it too. And number 5, work satisfaction has faded. Man, that faded for me after I left the music industry. And yes, I still had a while to retire after that. This could be just a function of your job. Like with me, I loved the different jobs I had within the music industry. It was at the same company, but I had a bunch of different jobs. I loved every one of them, some a little more than others. And I always had satisfaction. It was like music, as I said before on this channel, music is an emotional product. To me, being at a company that can give that out to the public, you're happy you put on music, you're sad you put on music, whatever mood you have different music for that. An emotional product, to me, that gave me a huge amount of satisfaction that I could provide the public with that emotional balm. Whatever mood they're in, they can make it better, they can make it worse, whatever they want to do, they can affect it with the product I helped put out. That was big satisfaction for me. Last 3 jobs I had, not so much. I was working for a couple different grocery stores at their headquarters, doing all the stuff I was doing in the music industry, but now it's like, okay, what are you doing? You're selling oranges. Yes, I know people need it to survive, but it didn't give me any satisfaction. So guys, if you have got to the point where your work satisfaction has faded, you might not have loved your job, but you could have got a lot of satisfaction out of what you were doing for your job, right? If that has completely faded for you, and you might have seen it going down, 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 down for years, but if you have reached the point where it has completely just deserted you, yeah, that's a big sign you're probably ready to retire. If you have a couple of these, okay, think about it. If you got all 5 of these, guys, you are ready to retire. And this goes for you people who are sitting on the fence. You people who have been financially ready for, 5 years now, but you keep going, you're doing the 1 more year syndrome. 1 more year, that's all I need, 1 more year, and then I'll be ready. I'll be totally ready. Well, think about some of these 5 signs, guys. Has this been happening to you? If you've got one, think about it. If you got more than one of those 5 things I talked about, especially if you got all 5, I think you're ready to retire. Make that jump. Guys, once you do it, yes, the first couple months may be disorienting. You've never been in that situation before. First couple weeks, you've been there before. It's called vacation. But after those first couple weeks go by, it may be an adjustment period for you. For most people, it can be a very big adjustment. But guys, don't just sit around fretting, wondering if you can do it. If you got any of those signs, take the jump, make the move. Believe me, you will adjust. Some people adjust quicker than others, okay? Took me a little while to adjust. Some people get it right away. Some people it takes a while. But don't sit on the sidelines anymore and just be wondering. Just do it, guys. You can do it. And as always, from the lovely, we're almost all fogged out now. Actually, we're right in the middle of the rain clouds. It's been like this for 3 days. I love it. We got this.